Mabuhay Pilipinas, it's PBA Tuesday here in your 2014 Governor's Cup. At doubleheader na naman po ang aming ihatid sa inyo mula rito sa Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Cubao, Quezon City. At ang unang maglalaban sa araw na ito, dalawang koponan na gustong ipagpatuloy ang magandang showing naman sa huling tournament ng ating season. Rain or shine, the Lafto Painters going up against the Air21 Express. Should be a great game because these two teams are ready for more. They want to show na hindi fluke na umabot yung semis, especially itong Air21 gustong they want to make more out of what happened last conference. I'm Charlie Cuna together with none other than the Dr. J. Andy Howe. Doc, we expect Air21 siyempre to build on what they've already done last conference.
And to probably carry on yung kanilang magandang performance against the eventual champions, the San Miguel Coffee Kings. Anyway, whatever happens right now, they do have a new import, and we'd like to see how he performs. On the other hand, you have Rain or Shine, who also made the semifinals and are perennial semifinalists for the last few years here in the PBA. They have a returnee in Arizona Reed, and we know how good he is.
You mentioned already, yung import nga ng Air21 wants to prove himself. His name is Dominic Sutton, and it's his day to take his first stint dito sa ating PBA games. Taking air, he's 6'4", 27 years old, bata pa. Last played in Greece, Dr. J, and allegedly a lockdown defender. Yan ang pinaka-importante siguro dyan for Coach Franz Pumaren.
You know, I like players that have that kind of an age wherein I think they are matured. 27 years old, 28, 29, with international experience, like in the case of Dominic, where he last played for Greece, where the league is pretty good. They have a very good competition in the Greece tournament.
Yung kanyang makakatapat naman mula sa Rain or Shine, a familiar face for all you PBA fans, AZ Reed, Arizona Reed. Nag-best import na yan 3 years ago dito sa ating liga in this very same tournament. 6'4", 28 years old. So hindi pa tumatanda masyado to si Arizona Reed despite his previous stints here. And well, he's led them to the semis once last year. Wants to go further this time around.
That's right. Arizona really has improved from the first time that he came here. I think he's grown stronger. He does have a very good power game on the inside, pero meron rin tira sa labas ito, and he's not keen to taking 3-point shots if necessary. So I think he's a good fit for the Rain or Shine team, where he can play the 4 position and maybe sometimes the 3 position. With Sutton, I think he would have to play the 4 or the 3 with Asitaw Laba manning the slot for them.
The thing with AZ Reed, syempre na-scout na yan ang kabilang koponan in the past. They know how he plays, they know what to expect from him. Itong si Dominic Sutton naman is a new commodity dito sa ating liga. And from what we've seen based on the highlights on YouTube, he's a high leaper. He won a slam dunk championship earlier in his career in one of the leagues. And so, tingnan natin if his athleticism will be a problem for a guy like AZ Reed, who's more ground-bound, likes to grind it out in the paint. Yung athleticism nga nito si Sutton might be an advantage. Makikita natin. Starters on the floor, Simon Atkins, Joseph Yeo, Asitaw Laba, Aldrich Ramos, and Sutton para sa Air21. On the other side, it's gonna be T.Y. Tang, Jeff Chan, Bo Belga ang kanilang sentro, Gabe Norwood, and AZ Reed. And we're about to begin. Officials natin, Art Herrera, Emi Tangkion, and Bing Oliva. So nag-umpisa na ating first game ng PBA Tuesday of our Governor's Cup. Belga hands it off to Gabe Norwood. Nakaputi ang Rain or Shine, nakakulay ube naman itong Air21 Express. AZ Reed likes to attack the basket but decides to pass it, gets it back, jumper, pasok agad. Unang tira, very familiar rims para kay AZ Reed.
Well, like I said, one thing important about AC, he does have power when he gets to the basket or he gets an offensive rebound, but he does have a medium range jump shot, and he does take 3-point shots from time to time. So that really throws the defense off, you know.
But he's got the job of taking on Asitaw Laba, trying to guard him to keep him out of the paint. As he kicks to Atkins, who shoves it over to Ramos on the run. Pasok ang tira ni Aldrich Ramos, who has played well since coming over in that trade.
Yeah, definitely he's found a new home. Coach Franz Pumaren has liked using him at the power forward position, which is his natural position even coming from the FEU Tamaraos days. No?
Tapik palabas ang bola. It's going to be a baseline inbound for the Lafto Painter if T.Y. Tang ang gagawa niyan. Norwood throws it away. Joseph Yeo pumulot niya na. He sees Bo Belga in front of him. He will challenge. On the way up, no goal, but Dominic Sutton gets his first 2 points dito sa PBA.
That's one thing you like about an import who trails his teammates to the basket on a fast break play. Nothing taken for granted na baka hindi naman pumasok. At least nandoon ka. You're a great leaper, you can make the quick tip-ins.
4-2 early score natin. A minute and a half gone by here in the first quarter. AC Reed turns. Pangalawang tira niya. Bounces 3 times before hitting at the bottom of the basket.
Even though Aldrich Ramos is taller than AC, he has a problem guarding him because AC can post up and he can really bring him to the basket where he can get a good advantage against the leaner type of player in Aldrich.
Atkins from 3. Pasok yung ref ni Simon. That's brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline.
That's his specialty, actually, shooting three-point shots. And you have to remember in the last conference, he was in and out of the lineup until the semifinals in one game where they really needed it. Jeff Chan counters with his own 3.
So ties it up at 7. That's also brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline. Sagutan itong dalawang teams, Dr. G, in the early goings.
Well, it shows that they're good condition, that they are coming off semifinal stints where they were not really that successful, but that they're in good shape and that they're ready to play.
Alam naman natin gano'ng kabilis ang torneo na to. You got 9 elimination games. If you're in the bottom 2, goodbye ka na agad. That's Asi Taulava hits an outside jumper.
Well, very high percentage shooting for the both of these teams so far in this ball game. Belga missing that three-point shot.
Earlier, nakita na nung warm-ups, pasok ng pasok yung 3-point attempt ni Bo Belga. Missing that one there, but Asi, kinaliwa. Masyadong malakas, tumatakbong white shirts. Norwood will take a jumper over Dominic Sutton and hit another outside shot. As you said, the Dr. J, high percentage shooting para sa magkabilang koponan dito sa ating first quarter. Here's Sutton. Atkins to Yo. They go to the post. He faces Sutton through the middle. Hooks it up. Off target. Ito si AZ Reed. He'll bring it up in the middle. Leaves it for Chan. Nakatref na isa kanina. Masyadong malakas ang pangalawang attempt mula sa Rainbow Country.
That's another thing you like about Atkins. He really follows Pumare's instructions, which is really to push the ball up very quickly. Now, Belga holding his ground defensively there. But Air21 will keep possession with 14 seconds left on their shot clock.
So marami pang oras para makadiskarte itong Express. Simon Atkins with the inbound. Inside to Sutton, trying to create space. Bo Belga not moving at all. Sutton looking for a foul. No whistle from our baseline referee. And Norwood on the other end goes up strong. There was a challenge. Kaya naman na-disturb ito si Gabe Norwood up in the air. Yo wants to quickly answer on the other end. And it still doesn't go. So suddenly the shooting is off. Sutton with the steal on the run. But he steps on the sideline. Nice effort mula kay Dominic Sutton. As we said, he was described as a lockdown defender. A guy who likes to play the passing lanes.
And full of hustle.
Nakita natin yung talo naman doon. A high-flying sequence there between Norwood and Dominic Sutton. Belga. They find T.Y. Tang. His outside shot doesn't go. Still stuck at 9 apiece for both teams. 7 and 41 natitira dito sa ating first quarter. Sutton cross-court kay Aldrich. Tumira, no hesitation. And he hits it. That's a 3. Brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline.
He's got 5 points in the ball game right now. Air21 enjoying a 3-point lead. Post-up play here. And that's one thing you don't do. You don't reach. Referees have a tendency to call that more as a foul than the holding.
Diyan sa poste, no, Dr. J, pag nakabantay, oras na sumundot ka,
Especially if the guy has possession of the ball and he's trying to make a move to the basket.
AZ, there's that 3 you were saying. He can throw that up every now and then. Hindi pumasok, but offensive rebound. Another possession. T.Y. Tang tracking it down. Jeff Chan on the move. Felt the contact, threw it up, pero he traveled bago niya naihagis yung bola towards the rim.
Our referees for this ball game, that guy who made the call is Oliva. And then we have Tangkyon and Art Herrera, the veteran referee. Probably, I think, the longest surviving referee in the PBA now.
Sa current batch, no? Pinaka-senior siguro yan.
Birthday pa daw niya.
Birthday ni Art Herrera today. Well,
Siguro
happy
mga
birthday.
60 na yan. Hindi, nagbibiro lang
Referee
ako.
Art Herrera.
Mamatawa si Boy Cruz niyan, who is their supervisor. Art is been there for a while. And I remember his brother Paul, who played for a lot of teams also
Kuya
in the
Paul.
PBA. Yeah,
Oh.
that's a good move. He's made the adjustment a little bit. He knows that there's going to be body contact. Referees are not going to call a lot of that, so you have to make the adjustment.
On the trail, ang thrifty T.Y. Tang doesn't go. Tried to save it off Sutton, pero it goes all the way outside in front of Coach Franz Pumaren. But ito yung move ni Sutton a while ago, Dr. J. Using his body, creating space, tapos kaliwa yung ginamit para iwasan ng depensa.
Yeah, you got to finish strong in this league because if you do not, you're not going to get a lot of points credited for you.
Joseph Yo, Gabe Norwood nakabantay sa kanya. Asi Taulava's jumper, that's too strong. Aldrich Ramoff tapping it to himself.
Always easier to rebound on the weak side, especially if the big man helps. Sutton with a soft shot.
Gets that shooter's bounce. 6 points in the game.
6 points in the game.
Bo Belga. They go down to AZ Reed. AZ gustong subukan ng depensa, pero the help defense from Sutton, the block upstairs. Siya na rin nagdala ng bola up the court. Showing some ball handling skills si Dominic Sutton. He backs in against 4 white shirts. Looking for the foul once again. No reset on the shot clock. 7 seconds to go. Joseph Yo. Inside to Asi Taulava. Creates space and does the reverse. Nice move from Asi. And 4 points in the game for the big man. It's an 18-9 lead para sa Air21 with 5.5 remaining in this first quarter. Good find from Joseph Yo. And a timeout is called by Coach Kaloy Garcia.
Nagbabalik ang inyong PBA Live dito sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. All out sa practice. Itong si Dominic Sutton ng Air21. Ang biro nga sa kanya ni Sean Anthony is to save some for today's game. Pero ang sabi niya, he's trying to get his legs back dahil ang huling laro pa daw niya nung May 5 pa sa Greece. Sa kabilang banda naman, at home itong si Arizona Reed with rain or shine. This is his third conference with them. Actually, mapapaaga pa nga sana ang reunion niya with the team as he was ready to play nung semis last conference. But unfortunately, they were not able to find plane tickets for him, at isa pang hindi nyo rin mahahanap sa bench ngayon ng Rain or Shine si Coach Yang Yeo as he has to attend to an important matter. Charlie?
Thanks a lot, Apple David. Ang kasama natin at courtside. Well, I mentioned it nga a while ago. Baka nagtataka kayo. Sabi ko, it was Coach Kaloy Garcia who called that timeout precisely because Coach Yang attending to official business.
Yeah, congressional.
Oo. Kaya si Coach Kaloy na muna.
Well, anyway, Sean Anthony will miss the game today, as well as, on the other hand, Rain or Shine will continue to miss the services of Jerby Cruz as well as J.R. Quinyan for this ball game. No? Belga with a nice attack to the basket, so a good timeout, resulting in more balance and execution of their plays. A warning, I think, given for a little delay of the game by holding on to it after the shot went through the basket. It's a nice move there by Sutton. And Belga always gives you 2 extra fouls. You're not going to get an N1 with me.
Tama yun. Nakalampas ng konti sa kanya nung pagpito ng referee. Hinawakan na lang niya para siguraduhin.
It's a good thing. You foul
Yun
him.
yung pito? Oh.
Don't give him continuation, And it's not really a hard foul because he went for the ball. No?
At kung nakita natin sa replay, near the end of that replay, Asi Taulava immediately calling Sutton to just go to the line, take the shot. Huwag mo nang pansinin yung huling swipe nito si Bo Belga. And pretty soon he'll get used to it. Ito si Sutton, di ba? Na medyo kailangan ng mga paa muna sa unang laro. Most of the imports, their first comment after they play their first game is very physical.
Yeah, look at the broad shoulders he has, however. He splits his charities in this ball game, in this trip to the free throw line. We have Paulie coming into the ball game replacing T.Y. Tang.
AZ Reed inside to Bo Belga. Kaliwa naman ang ginamit ni Bo. Nice find Nice ball movement for the left to Painters. Lead it down to 6.
That's a breakdown in defense by Asi because it was so simple, a cut to the basket, and Asi knew it. Bo again using his body, and Sutton showing a lot of versatility, and power going to the basket.
And you can see he's being challenged by the defense of Bo Belga. Siguro nararamdaman ni Sutton na pinipisikal siya ni Bo Belga, trying to body up, bump him every time he gets it, and he's being challenged. Showing an array of moves towards the basket. Ito nga yung move na yun, no? Muha ng espasyo and moving backwards to create some space and bring Bo Belga away from the play, Dr. J. So another basket for Sutton, 9 points in the ball game.
Aldrich Ramos has to go to the bench right now with 2 personal fouls, and Borboran coming in. Now, Borboran 6'5", but he does not have the body to really stop Arizona Reed. So we wonder if Sutton will be assigned to picking up Arizona on the other end, because Arizona has been doing a lot of posting up and going to the basket.
6 points in the game para kay AZ Reed. 6 pa rin ang lamang ng Air21. 4 minutes and 10 remaining. Sutton's jumper hits another one. You can see slowly getting into the groove. May confidence itong si Sutton, and based on the videos we watched, nakita natin may angas din itong si Dominic Sutton.
One thing about playing a player you have never seen, it's always a disadvantage for the defensive team because you really do not know his moves. So you don't know his strong side and all the other kind of moves he can make.
Taulava kicks out to Atkins, hesitated on the 3, passed it to Joseph Yo. That's a 3 brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline.
That's what you love about Atkins. He had an open 3-point shot. He couldn't shoot that shot, but he saw Joseph open, made that extra pass. And now another turnover and a fast break in the offing. Nice pass. And that's going to be, that's not a good foul because you cannot stop the layup and you're giving a possible 3-point play.
And napangiti si Asi Taulava, and good decision to transfer the ball and use his left hand. So pag sundot ito si Bo Belga, got him on the right hand.
What is bad about that? That's the second personal foul of Bo Belga. So without the presence of J.R. Quinyahan, the only other guy they can use there would be Raymond Almazan, at the center slot. Asi, however, does not complete the 3-point play, but it's a 13-point lead being enjoyed by Air21. Very fast start for them.
You have to love it, Dr. J. That's Asi running the lanes on the fast break dun sa play na yon. Able to finish. Larry Rodriguez, Elrod, kapapasok lang sa laro. Pasok na agad ang kanyang unang tira.
But you really like that because he can make those jump shots. Another post-up play for Asi.
Trying to use his bulk against Larry Rodriguez, pero masyado malalim si Asi on that play. Aranya, another guy who could spark this team, and immediately, yan ang favorite shot ni Aranya in the lane. Yung one-hander na yan, able to cut the lead down to just 9. Went up to 13 a while ago. And nakita natin, instant offense from the Elaf to Painters coming off that bench. Babalik po kami rito sa Smart Araneta Coliseum, the man on your screens. Truly the rock of ages dito sa ating liga. Imagine coming in a long time ago and still averaging double-doubles as he showed nung last conference.
Especially when you're playing against the big imports. You're talking about big players. So, I think we turn over to Apple and we go back to Asi. Some things you want to say about it.
Punta muna natin si Apple David.
As a team captain, very happy si Asi Taulava sa narating ng team niya sa Commissioner's Cup. Sabi nga niya, last conference was a big step forward for them. From being non-contenders, they now became legit contenders. But what Asi is really excited about is to be matched up against sa mga locals. Something na hindi niya nagawa last conference dahil ang kamatchup niya ay yung mga import. Balik sa inyo.
Thanks a lot, Apple.
One thing about Asi, he was born to be like a big star in the pros. Ever since he entered, I think one-time MVP of the league. The important thing for him is he likes to be one of the main men in the team. If he is not, then he cannot really perform to what, the playing time, to make some shots, you may not make it. But in other words, to have enough of the touches to be what he really is. And with this team, it has been given to him.
And alam naman natin, nawala yan sa PBA for a while. Playing in an overseas league, yung ABL. And
yes.
He came back in with this club and has proven to be quite a phenomenon. 41-year-old who can run up and down the floor and play hard inside, get those rebounds. Kahit yung mga malalaking import nga, as you said, ng kalaban niya last conference, Dr. J. AZ Reed missing inside. Norwood, the follow-up, he mishandled it and pagtalbog sa labas. He was the last touch. So the ball goes back to Air 21.
And we have Kamson coming into the ball game, replacing Sutton. If you notice, Sutton was the one who picked up Arizona Reed in the last 3 plays of Rain or Shine. But now it would be probably Kamson going up against Arizona on defense.
The pass goes over to Borboran sa kanto. Tumira, and he likes that outside shot. That's a 3 brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline.
That has been his shot ever since he played for Alaska. I remember he won a championship with them. And when he was in UE, he could really make those shots. Even in our team preseason games, you see a lot of 3-point shots being made by Borboran.
So they have 2 guys, Aldrich Ramos pati Mark Borboran, about 6'5", who shoot from the outside very well. Itong dalawang mamang.
So that's this guy.
That's another 3. Hatid rin sa atin ang PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline. Pass inside was tipped away, so it's gonna stay with Air 21. There's another substitution. Labas si Simon Atkins. Eloy Poligrates comes in. So does Mac Cardona. Yun yung tira kanina. Nice setup. Tapos Polis, sinagot naman agad.
All the starters of Air 21 resting now except Asi Taulaba.
Siya kasi pinakabata, Dr. J.
Oops!
Ito
Very
nakaagaw,
poor
ha?
pass, yes.
Jaire Ibanez. Kicks to Ryan Aranya. Spin move in the lane, pero good
block.
anticipation. Borboran has contributed on both sides of the court.
Well, after making a turnover, he made up for it quickly.
Si Asi nagpo-point guard pa ngayon. Hands it off to Cardona. Back to Asi. Much smaller Jaire Ibanez unable to hit. Kamson sa kabila naman. He gets that basket and they're pounding the boards. Itong Air 21.
Well, Kamson in his amateur days was an undersized power forward. But he does his job best underneath the basket. Lee really pushing up the ball. 3-point shot there and a nice follow-up there by Arizona Reed, resulting in a foul.
The ball bounced right into his hands. Si AZ Reed was standing there sa weak side. So ngayon, babalik sa linya si AZ para sa dalawang free throws. That's Kamson's first personal.
I think Burcher is going to come in and give Asi Taulaba a much-deserved rest. But very high scoring so far for Air 21. 33 points already with about 45 seconds left in the first quarter.
And a fast-paced ball game so far, Dr. J.
Well, that's their game. That's their product.
Up and down ng laro. Lead has been cut down to single digit dun sa free throw of the AZ Reed. 40 seconds na lang natitira sa ating first quarter. Poligrates on the drive. Kinaliwa pero bitin. Up ahead to Ibanez. He bobbled the ball. He had a straight line to the basket pero nandiyan yung depensa. He brought it back out. There's a 9-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Dribbling display from Aranya. Hinawakan na lang siya ng kapwa green archer niya na si Cardona.
That will reset the clock to 14 seconds.
And Ibanez and Cardona exchanging some words. So let's watch that matchup as we see Aranya going down to AZ Reed. Reed spins, takes that jumper once again. Nothing there. And Cardona and Ibanez getting caught up. And Jaire matatawagan ng loose ball foul. Pang-una niya yan.
Well, ganyan maglaro talaga si Jaire. They just go for anything. It's all hustle. Can contribute. As we see Almasan coming in to replace Arizona Reed. Still not in penalty are the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. So they have some fouls to give and they can use it. There's one. Aranya knew exactly what to do with that.
Only the fourth personal, or team foul rather, para sa Rain or Shine. 4.5 seconds remaining.
They still have one to give. That's
Si
too far
Kamson?
that's too far for Kamson. They're not going to be able to get off a shot.
Ayun, naubos na ang oras kasi walang lumapit na gwardya para kunin kay Kamson yung bola. Pero impressive, fast-paced first quarter. This guy, Dominic Sutton, good start here in the PBA. 9 points, 5 rebounds as he tries to put his contact lens back on. And he showed some impressive moves, creating some space after getting frustrated early. Dr. J looking for some fouls from the referees, realized walang tinatawag. So he just took it straight to the defense and hit some outside shots. Sa pagkatapos ng ating first 12 minutes of action, lamang ng siyam ang Air 21 33-24.
Nagbabalik ang iyong PBA PLDT Telpad Governors Cup habang wala pa nga si Coach Yanggao si Assistant Coach Kaloy Garcia muna mag-take over. Ang sabi niya sa akin, last conference they were doing well until injuries piled up sa kanilang team. Right now they were able to heal some injuries like that of Ryan Aranya and Paul Lee. With Chris Chu naman, game time decision kung if-filled in siya. What is sure is hindi pa makakalaro ang tatlong Jays ng Rain or Shine. Sila Jeric, Jervy at JR as they're still nursing their respective knee injuries. Charlie and Dr. J?
Thanks a lot, Apple. Yun na, nabanggit nga natin. So two big guys not playing, two regulars in the rotation.
Actually, malaking bagay si Jerby sa kanila because he can match up well in the 4 position against any of the Air 21 players. And of course, Kinyahan really gives them another facet of the game of big man. May outside, may tira sa labas, may 3-point shot where he can pop out or flush out.
And Jervy rin, the way he's been scoring the past couple of conferences, Dr. J, you really have to work if you're the guy guarding Jervy Cruz. So that's one weapon na wala para kay Coach Kaloy Garcia in this game. We begin second quarter of action. Poligrates is in the ball game. Huwag niyo kalimutan abangan ang istorya ni Ranidel De Ocampo sa Kwentong Gilas, ang Pamana, May 22, Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Dito lang sa TV5. Ibanez with his first 2 of the game, cuts the lead down to 7.
Look at the hustle being put on defense. Their nice drive to the basket there by Berger just cannot finish. But there is a Campson again where he operates best. You know.
Same place kung saan niya nakuha yung unang tira niya kanina. So 4
Right side
points.
of the floor.
Inside, weak side lang. Nag-aantay lang na bumagsak ang bola sa kanyang mga kamay. And he delivered both times. Lead back to 9. Paul Lee on the drive. Kick to Elrod. Outside shot was halfway in pero niluwa ng ring. Here's Poligrates on the run. Poligrates will set it up. Go to Macmac. Cardona takes a 3 in the face of Jaire. Doesn't go. Offensive rebound. Another one para kay Eric Campson. They go back to Borboran. Hit one earlier. This is short on the rebound. Jaire tracks it down. Aranya into the lane, gets the contact, throws it up. He'll go to the line para for dalawang free throws. Bertzer matatawagan ng personal foul on that play.
Well, Ryan Aranya is fearless. No? I mean, he will accept contact and he'll keep contact on the other end.
He will not hesitate. Di ba? Ganun naman rin ang character. So he's really perfect on this team. A lot of them are the same way dyan sa Rain or Shine.
We're talking about Paul Lee, you know, Jaire, Jerby, and all those guys. Anyway,
abangan natin ang mas pinalaki at mas pinasayang halftime game show. PBA ang Moneyball Dribble of the People. Download ng updated Moneyball app para masiguradong accurate ang points ninyo. Sali na at makidribble sa Moneyball.
Aranya completing the 2 free throws and cutting down the lead of Air 21 to only 7 right now. A lot of pressure being applied by Aranya against Poligrates. And Poligrates really is not a point guard. He's a 2 guard. So, but yeah, he learned how to play that spot a little bit, but he's not as good as Atkins in really fighting and setting up the plays.
And ito si Paul Lee. That was a dangerous fall.
And a bad stretch when he came down.
Yun na nga eh. You know, he's had a history of injuries.
He's got injuries on his shoulder, on his knees, you know.
Tingnan natin, pag-angat. Yun, natamaan kasi yung bola upstairs. So the under part of his body lunged forward. But he kept his balance. Seems to be all right. As he walks gingerly to the free throw line. And yun, nabanggit mo nga kanina, Dr. J, na Eloy, after the turnover, he's not really a point guard, still learning the ropes. Immediately, tinapik ni Franz Pumarin si Jonas Villanueva para palitan si Eloy at the point guard. So Jonas Villanueva, alam naman natin, that's a real point guard.
That is. And the only thing that he's been hobbled by injuries last couple of years after a nice stint with the San Miguel Beer team where he had a championship.
That's right.
If I remember correctly.
Finals MVP.
Finals MVP pa siya.
Let's go back to Apple David. May kwento siya tol kay Coach Franz.
Charlie, for Coach Franz Pumaran, Air21 overachieved last conference. Nobody expected them nga to be in the semis, but they surprised everyone with their mala Cinderella story na sayang nga lang at hindi nagtuloy-tuloy. Ngayon na rain or shine, ang first assignment nila, goal ni Coach Franz na makauna ng panalo. Dagdag pa niya, hindi pa daw kasi nila natatalo ang rain or shine simula na mag-coach siya sa Express. And for them to do that, kailangan nilang malimit ang rain or shine sa kanilang outside shooting. Balik sa inyo.
Well, so far, they've been trading outside shots, pero the battle has been more of inside, especially para sa Air21. That's how they build up this lead dahil umaatake sila dyan sa loob.
Well, they've only scored 2 points for about 4 minutes right now because of the turnovers, continuous turnovers on the part of Air21. Oh, that's troubling. I think he skidded there. Larry Rodriguez couldn't put a stop and he skidded.
Nice fake sana, pero nag-slide yung dalawang paa, so balik. Back-to-back turnovers, one each for the teams. So 9 minutes and 50 remaining in the first half. Jonas Villanueva picks up his dribble, goes to Sutton. Sutton had 9 in the first quarter. Wants to get his first 2 here. Bitin ang kanyang tira, but there's a foul. So he'll go back to the line where he shot 1 out of 2 in the first quarter.
You know, the problem for rain or shine in that last play is on the double high. You know, they got the ball to Sutton. He was being picked up by Almasan. So when he went by him, there was no more shot blocker underneath the basket. And that's a problem there without another big man to help you down there.
And Sean Anthony on your screens, you know, he's really eager to play. Pero yun na nga, he came back from an injury, was awesome, was putting up MVP numbers in the short stint he had last conference. Pero na-re-injure yung kanyang Achilles. Kaya
That's right.
wala hindi siya makakalaro muna.
Jonas Villanueva with a backcourt foul against Paul Lee. 7-point lead here for Air21. They've scored 3 points in this quarter.
The lethal weapon with the ball seems to be okay na dun sa
Oh.
pagbagsak. Pero yun, naagawan, harap-harapan. Tulakan, walang tawag. Sutton slams it home. And you know, it's like adding insult to injury. You steal off a guy, you knock him down, tapos dinakdakan mo pa and you start swinging over him. And you know, tinan natin kung ano magiging bawi. And rain or shine, not happy with that non-call.
Well, they expected a call here because there was a push there by Sutton to retrieve the ball during the loose ball situation.
That was a Photon, ito, ating Photon Thunder drive mula kay Sutton, brought to us by Photon. Empower your business.
That's a second personal foul on Sutton. There will also be, let's see, who will be given a warning here.
But you know, we were talking about it on opening day a couple of days ago, Dr. J. Kasama ko si kasamang Kinito. This is an impressive batch of imports that we have in this conference, at least credential-wise. And good performances from most of the imports on opening day. As we see, naka-tres si Raymond Almazan. That's brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline. Sutton, now he's asking for the ball. Talagang hinihingi na niya. Siya naman, gusto bumawi mula sa tres. He gets it.
That's big, you know. The other team comes up with a 3-point shot and you answer immediately. It just nullifies what they did on one end, no?
Hatid sa atin yun ng PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline. 17 points in the game for Dominic Sutton as Larry Rodriguez, the efficient Larry Rodriguez, nakakuha ng dalawa sa loob.
That's the big advantage of rain or shine. Most of these players have played together for quite a while. They understand the movements of their teammates as well as their positioning, no?
Cardona shoots another 3 over Ibanez. Masyadong malakas on the rebound. It's Aranya. Wants to attack the defense. Hinawakan na lang si Jonas Villanueva. And he makes the basket.
But that's not going to count. The foul was way before he could even make another dribble to take off.
So there were
You didn't see this.
four purple shirts in front of him, Dr. J. Ang tapang talaga nitong mamang no. Attacking right into the heart of the defense.
Arizona Reed coming back into the ball game, replacing Larry Rodriguez for the Elasto Painters.
Sino ba yan? Oh, parang traveling yun but wasn't called. Here's the drive from Ibanez. Kicks it out to Uyloan, who's just checked in himself. Short on the jumper, called off the bench. Saved by Borboran. They get the ball back. Air 21 leading by 7 with 7:34 remaining in the first quarter. Almazan and Sutton. And Almazan will be called probably for a second motion.
That's a technical. The sign for a technical was already put on. First of all, there was a defensive foul. Then the extra motion merited a technical foul. See, this is the defensive foul.
Pito na dyan.
Pito na, wala na, tapos na din. He gives him another, he threw him out of the out of the court.
Well, those are the types of plays na yun yung welcome to the Philippines, welcome to the PBA. We saw that also a couple of days ago with Eric Wise. Nakita rin natin si Henry Walker. They were trying to rough him up as well, trying to introduce him to the PBA style of play. Siyempre si AZ Reed, alam na niya yan. So hindi na kailangan i-welcome si AZ Reed.
At saka physical rin maglaro yan si Arizona.
Villanueva, 11 seconds on the shot clock, on the drive. Kicks it over to Borboran. Back to Villanueva, the three, the looper. Finds its mark once again. That's brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline. Both teams using the three-point shot a lot dito sa ating first half.
Well, I think the PBA has really evolved into a league that has a lot of good three-point shooters, no? And it really makes the ball game very exciting, and no lead is safe, as they would say, no? Because a team can get at least another three-point attempt, but a little bit short on the part of Arizona Reed.
Ito si Sutton, gusto umatake, go to Kamson, who finishes on the fast break.
Big contribution by Kamson, 6 points already in the ball game.
Several rebounds as well, some on the offensive end. 7 minutes sakto natitira sa ating first half. Magbabalik kami. Dr. J, this is a story worth talking about. Yung last conference ng Air 21. Nobody expected they would make it far in that tournament, but indeed they did. They were a game away from making the PBA Finals.
Well, you know, when they beat the San Miguel Beermen in a twice-to-beat situation for the Beermen, that already, you know, was a wondrous performance. Right there and then. Almost, you would say, miraculous with the kind of lineup that San Miguel had. No?
Tapos nag 1-0 pa sila against San Mig Coffee.
And then eventually they were able to tie it 2-2 on the fourth game. But the lack of the presence of Sean Anthony in the end was just too much to overcome. Plus the fact that their import was a small import compared to Mace, no? Who sort of could dominate on the inside with the other big men of San Mig Coffee.
That's right. Wesley Witherspoon, more of an outside shooter. Para kay Coach Franz Pumaren, but still an impressive performance nevertheless. Their best so far mula nung pumasok itong prangkisa as the Shapinas Clickers couple of seasons back. And this import that they have now, Dominic Sutton, is actually highly recommended by Wesley Witherspoon. That's why he's here. And he's playing well so far. Aranya inside to AZ Reed. Good cut to the basket, and they found him.
Ryan Aranya has played a very solid game, not only scoring, but helping his teammates. Couple of assists already, one to Larry Rodriguez, another one here to AZ Reed. No?
Sutton, stutter step, gets bumped inside, no call. Kamson trying to get it back. Pero may foul na tinawag kontra sa kanya, and the ball will go back to the white shirts.
That's not good though, because they're already in the penalty with still a lot of time to go, and that will mean free throw shots here for Ryan Aranya.
You're not even halfway through the second quarter. Alam mo, Dr. J, nung first quarter, patapos na tayo. 10 seconds to go nung first quarter, doon lang umabot ng penalty yung isang team. Pero ngayon, maaga pa lang, it's gonna be free throw time for the rain or shine Alafto Painters the rest of the way.
So far, Asi has been put on the bench. Well, he's coming back in right now. So you got the rest of about 8 minutes plus the minute and a half in between the first and the second quarter. Should be a fresh Asi Taulapa here for the end of until the end of this second quarter.
Yun, nakakuha ng rebound agad.
But he got hit on the nose.
Pwede nang pumas break ulit si Asi Taulapa, but you can see he's holding in that nose of his, asking for a foul. Di nakita ng ating referee. Sutton on the drive, loses it. It'll stay with the purple shirts. Tumama kay Jonathan Uyloan. Jeff Chan binalik ni Coach Caloy Garcia. Upo muna si Ryan Aranya. 10 seconds on the Air 21 shot clock. Wanted to go inside to Afi Taulava, anticipated by AZ Reed. Look away path to Oilon. Balik kay AZ for the 2.
Actually, the pass from the inbound should have gone to Asi. He already was wide open. But the inbounder gave it to Sutton. And he had the right idea. Nakuha lang talaga ni AC yun.
But the lead is still 8 for Air 21. Creating enough space between them and Rain or Shine here in the first half. Sutton, nagdalawang isip dun sa jump shot. Gusto lumapit pero ang daming kalaban. Kicks it to Joseph Yo, looking for some foul. That's going to be called there, but none. And the foul came afterwards on the loose ball play.
So there was no foul because the 24-second shot clock was already there. If not, that would have been the third personal foul of Sutton. But because the 24-second shot clock meant that the ball had changed, there was not going to be any foul because there was no more live play on that play. That's why referee Arterera ran to the table before signifying that if there was going to be a foul or not.
So none there, 5.5 remaining. Ito na naman ang Rain or Shine. Gustong palabitin ang kanilang score. AZ outside jumper on over Asi Taulava, no go. Oilon, offensive rebound, but Yo picks his pocket and Yo will sail in.
You know, you have to stop complaining here because, you know, there are a lot. That's the way the game has been called here for the last couple of conferences. You know, when you hold the ball, you get a rebound, make sure you hold on to it because people can swipe it. No?
Ibanez. In and out on the 3. Tulacan sa rebound play. Somebody's going to be called for a foul. Looks like it's going to be Big Bo.
And that's his third
pangatlo.
personal foul. No? Gabe Norwood coming back into the ball game for Jairi Ibanez.
Here's Villanueva. Goes over to Borboran. They swing it to Yo. Sutton comes out. Quick move to the basket.
Nice
eluding the defense of Bo Belga. Ang ganda naman ang ginawa ni Dominic Sutton.
Hindi si Dominic Uy.
Oh, hindi, Dominic Uy.
Okay.
Dominic Wilkins.
Pwede.
Yung spelling niya, ka-spelling nung kay Dominic Wilkins.
Which is Q-U-E,
Yes,
no?
yes.
Instead of a C.
Sutton stops and pops from 3. Joseph Yo, kinaliwa naman. Ang hilig gumamit ng kaliwa ng mga Air 21 sa game na to. Si Asi meron kanina. Sutton's done it twice and there Joseph Yo.
If you look at Sutton, he's right-handed, but when he drives to the basket, he's stronger using his left hand and finishing with the left hand. That's why he was able to fake off Belga by going to the right and coming back to his left.
Gabe gets it on the other side. His jumper bounces to Asi Taulava. It's one and done para sa Rain or Shine. Good defensive rebounding para sa Air 21. 14-point lead. Gusto pa nilang dagdagan yan. As Yo, good defense from the white shirts. And a referee points the other way.
He's going to be corrected. Referee Oliva is going to be, because it was clear that Bo Belga tap actually blocked the shot and then it went straight out. No?
So 12-second shot clock ng Air 21. Villanueva with the ball. Sutton's asking for it. Import kontra import.
Kita mo kaliwa na naman siya. Dahil when he spins to the right, medyo mabagal siya. When he drives.
Coach Caloy protesting that call. Sabi niya, bolang bola.
Well, a mild protest on the part of Coach Caloy. Take a look at this again. See, he drives with his left hand. Arizona goes and stops him. So he makes a spin here. And then we have Oiloan coming at him.
At na bigyan ng warning si assistant coach Mike Buendia. Or technical foul rather. So nasa linya ngayon si Borboran para sa technical free throw. Chance to add on to this 14-point lead.
And he made it.
Ito yung play from a different angle. When he spins baseline, Dr. J, yun yung sundot.
Actually here, if you make the right call, he traveled already. You can see both feet coming up on 180 degrees. That's traveling. And that's what should have been called in that play. This would all have not happened.
Na-stress pa sila Coach Caloy. Ito si Jonas 3 seconds on the shot clock. Has to hoist it up from there. Muntik man pumasok. Asi gets the offensive rebound. They're hustling, pero they throw it away. Uyloan up ahead to Jeff Chan. Chan's got Reed. He's got Norwood. Pero Borboran nandyan. Turn around. Off the glass, Jeff Chan doing it all by himself on that play.
Well, the veteran Jeff Chan showing his composure, didn't rush a shot where it would have been challenged by a bigger man. And, that's just a good shot.
Here's Jonas. Goes to Joseph Yo, who calls a timeout. 19 seconds remaining on their shot clock. 2:43 in the half. We'll be back. We're back at the Big Dome. First game of a doubleheader of a very short conference, Dr. J. Our conference format on your screens right now. Single round robin, so 9 games lang sa eliminations. Top 8 advance, twice to beat yung top 4. So wala na yung 1-2 tapos 3-4 na may best of 3. Tapos wala nang playoff games for tie breaks. Lahat quotient na lang gagamitin. Tapos best of 5 lang ang semis
And
at ang
finals.
finals.
The biggest thing here is no quotient. So there will be no playoffs after you finish the elimination round. So malaking bagay yon, no? Because that means it forces the teams to try to win as many games so you can get to the top 4, have a twice to beat advantage. But you also do not know if you lose to some teams na malaki, baka hindi ka mapunta sa 4th, you might go to 5th, and that's a disadvantage for you. I think it's the best thing because it tells the teams to come out and play hard every game. I think which is the right thing to do on the part of the commissioner's office.
Yung diskusyon pa rin. Kaloy talking to referee Art Herrera. The biggest football match in the country is now live and exclusive here on TV5. The final showdown, Team Phil versus Team James, plus 2 of the biggest legends of Manchester United. June 7, 7 p.m. University of Makati Football Stadium. Buy your tickets now at SM Ticket Outlets.
A lot of good sporting events, especially from abroad. They like to come to the Philippines. We heard of the possible tennis bigs coming here.
Sir. Should be really great. Some of the best in the world from the
Andy
past and the
Murray,
present.
and so on and so forth. Pete Sampras is one of my biggest idols.
At saka may mga Nadal at Djokovic pa.
Djokovic is not yet sure, but Nadal, I
Serena
think,
Williams. Yung mga names na lumalabas. Diba?
Yeah, and then I think we might have another one of those NBA teams coming very soon. And I might get a chance to see Steph Curry in person again.
Outside shot from Borboran. Pangalawang tref ni Mark yan. That's brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline.
Coach Pumarin really has done a job with this team, giving them a lot of confidence, using some players a lot, and giving them a lot of confidence with their outside shooting.
It's a very different Air21 team na nakikita natin ngayon, Dr. J. Building on that performance from last conference, you can see they know they can win. They have the personnel to do it. Yung confidence level mataas. Leading by 16 over rain or shine.
Yeah, that's a nice stop there by Gabe Norwood.
Ang kompleto ba niya?
Oh, but he was outside.
Unable to reach it. It bounced too fast para kay Gabe Norwood.
Actually, if the ball wasn't rolling with top spin, he would have picked it up and dunked that ball. Yeah.
Pero agaw harap-harapan, anticipated by Uyloan. So, ganun naman ang naging resulta rin there. Layup para kay Gabe Norwood. Great timing on the jump from Uyloan.
Uyloan is a tough player, you know. People don't really know him, but he's a tough defender and he's got quick hands. That's not a good pass at all. He wanted to pass sort of an alley-oop to Asi Taulaba, but he saw the defender right in front of Asi, so he had to throw up a little bit higher.
Coming in para kay Coach Franz Pumarin, Chito Jaime, a guy who played for several years with
Rain or Shine.
Di ba?
And also Atkins coming in for Jonas Villanueva.
Minute and 33 remaining in the first half. Token backcourt pressure mula kay Atkins kontra kay Uyloan.
No fouls to give on the part of both teams here. And let me see those things that he can do.
That's very easy para kay Uyloan all the way to the basket. Walang resistance man lang from Air21. Lead is down to 12, minute and 11 remaining. Ito si Yo. To Borboran. Hit 2 already. That bounce is short. Nakuha naman ni Asi Taulava on the way up. He is fouled. Blocked upstairs mula kay Uyloan. May timing sa talon talaga to si Jonathan Uyloan. But the foul had been committed, so Asi will go to the line for 2 free throws at the minute and 2 mark here in the first half.
The kind of player like Asi gives his team a lot of confidence. You know, binibigyan niyang kumpiyansa yung mga 3-point shooters niya dahil parang sasabihin niya, go ahead and shoot. I'll take care of you with the offensive boards. So that's a big factor to players that have to shoot from the outside.
7-7 para kay Asi Taulava.
Kasama natin si Lito Alvarez, the Board of Governor member for the Air21 Express team.
Only 1 out of 2 for Asi, pero 13 ang lamang ng kanyang koponan. 58-45. We're under a minute remaining here. Norwood. Jumper from 17. Swak yan para kay Gabe.
Norwood beginning to show a little life in this game right now.
Going into Asi. Mishandled it. Was able to regain control. Top of 2 points. 9 points in the game for the big man.
Walang makatulong kay Bo Belga, and Belga already has 3 personal fouls, so he doesn't want to pick up his 4th foul before the end of the second quarter, you know, which is the right thing to do also. But he gets it on the other end. He gets Asi to foul. Has a 3-point play coming up here for Big Bo. But he might have gotten hurt there because he got hit at the back.
And he's still on the hard court. Yan, hila. Hilahin ng malakas ni Gabe Norwood to pick up Big Bo, who's gonna go to the line para sa kanyang bonus free throw. Ang ganda ng pasa ni Jeff Chan. Showing versatility, not just a gunner. Itong si Jeff Chan. And Bo Belga hitting the reverse.
Jeff Chan is a very good passer. He's a smart player. He can penetrate and find the open man with drop passes. So, he has a lot of facets to his game. Of course, his weakest part of his game is his defense, especially against people that can post up. But offensively, Jeff is a perfect player for the shooting guard position or small forward. That's going to be a double lane violation if that shot didn't go in. But it did, so it's going to count.
May hesitation kasi si Bo Belga sa kanyang release. It's a 30-second timeout called. 3.7-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Air21 wants to get a basket bago matapos itong first half to add on to their lead. Abangan ang istorya ni Ranidel de Ocampo sa Kwentang Gilas. The title of that is Ang Pamana, May 22, Thursday, 9:30 p.m. sa TV5. It's been great watching the stories of all these players sa mga Kwentong Gilas. Ito naman ang ating telecast schedule. Mondays, 8 p.m. live on TV5. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Ayan, first game, 5:45 sa aksyon. May replay ng 11. Sabado naman at Linggo, parehong game. Oh, live. Iba-iba lang oras, 2:45, 5:15, 3:5.
Actually, of course, this timeout, there's a 3.7 seconds differential. But what you want to do on the part of Air21 is not to make any turnovers. And you want to take the shot as close to the 24-second shot clock as possible. What you want to do is hope you get a shot and not really give them any more time to come off with a decent shot. Now, if you turn the ball over, then you have a problem because they'll be the ones attacking for the last shot or the easy layup.
Sutton ang tumanggap. Siya na magdadala ng ball across the timeline. And they respect this guy's offensive game. Nakabantay sa kanya si Gabe Norwood.
They're not going to make any plays right now. Now, both teams do not have a foul to give. No?
Dribbling display para kay Sutton. 6 seconds to go. He's got to move into the lane. Create some space. On the way up, goes over to Borboran. Offensive rebound, Chito Jaime. Nakakuha pa ng foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Asi Taulava ecstatic at the effort of his teammate.
What's obvious here is Coach Franz has been able to almost always pluck the right person to come in and help. Kamson really helped them big with 6 points. Chito Jaime just came in the last minute.
Si Borboran din, pinasok ni Coach Franz. Hit a couple of 3-pointers. So everyone coming in has been contributing.
Yes, helping. And they need everything they can have against rain or shine. That's a big number, 62 points. Gabe has to throw up a prayer here.
And an impressive performance mula sa Air 21. Carry over mula sa Commissioner's Cup. End of the first 24 minutes of action. It's a 12-point lead para sa Air 21 over the rain or shine Elapsed Painters. So, a great performance from, as you said, several guys who helped out. Sutton has impressed. Asi Taulava, as usual, the rock inside. Kasama natin si Asi Taulava. Hey Asi, seems you're getting younger every time you go on the court. Impressive performance in this first half so far.
Well, I'm the youngest guy out there.
Precisely.
That's the way I feel. But, you know, we're out here. We're trying to continue on where we left off last conference. We want to build. You know, we don't want to disappoint our fans, especially everybody that's been following us from last conference. And, you know, we don't want to make it seem like it's a fluke that we got to the semis. So we want to keep working hard and try to get there again.
It doesn't seem like a fluke, as you, Dr. J. Are you shooting 50%? You got 9 points, you got 7 rebounds. You really have a good team right now. I think the coach has really helped you as well as other players on this team to blend well. What's your comment on your coach?
You know, everything is about team first. You know, coach is a family-oriented guy. He wants his team to be family-like, you know, where you can approach each other, talk to each other, be honest enough with each other that, you know, you won't sugarcoat it. If you do something good, we'll tell you. If you do something bad, be ready to get criticized. And, you know, everybody has accepted that role on this team. And we've come a long way since I got there like a year ago. So we want to continue building on that. And, you know, Coach France is not getting too much credit for what he's done for this team and Air 21. You know, so much respect for my coach.
Good show so far, Asi. Go to your family meeting right now at halftime.
But of course, old man's got to go there now.
Yes, sir. Dr. J and I will take a break dito sa ating Araneta Coliseum. We'll be back with the halftime statistics when we come back after this break. We're at halftime at the Big Dome. 12-point lead, Air 21 over rain or shine. And strong performance mula sa Express there in that first half, Dr. J. They were able to take control from the start, bring it all the way to the half.
Well, very high scoring for them. 62 points already at halftime. Their import leading them with 19. Obviously now, rain or shine would have an idea how Sutton plays, so maybe they can put their defense, you know, and establish a kind of defense against him. And you see that he had 11 points in the first half against 8 for Arizona Reed. And Air 21 with 4 3-point shot conversions in the first quarter and a total of 7 by the end of the first half. So that's big for them, shooting 50% from the 3-point territory. But the turnovers in the second quarter hurt them. They had 10 of their 12 turnovers in the second quarter.
And yet they were still able to extend their 9-point lead at the end of 1 to 12. Gawin mo ng 15 sabagat si Aldrich Ramos to start this second half. A 3-pointer brought to us by PLDT Home Telpad, the only online landline.
That's the second 3-point shot for Aldrich Ramos and the 8th for the team.
They get the ball back. Itong Air 21. Here's Joseph Yo. Goes to the corner. Simon Atkins. Punta kay Asi Taulava. Balik kay Atkins. He'll attack towards the basket. At na-rebound na ni Alex Nuiles ang bola, but he dropped it out of bounds. So the ball will stay with the purple shirts.
But only 12 seconds left on the shot clock dahil hindi complete possession ang nangyari para kay Alex Nuiles. No?
Here's Yo. Siya naman ang drive. Larry Rodriguez taps it away. Ngayon, 8 seconds na lang ang natitira sa shot clock ng Air 21. Alex Nuiles hits the deck once again.
Together
Sinagdalawa
with
ni Asi.
Asi, oh.
Nabagsakan ba siya ni Asi? Buti nakakatayo pa si Alex Nuiles. And the baseline inbound, Simon Atkins will do that. Finding difficulty, finally gets it to Sutton. 6 seconds to come up with a shot. Hangs in the air, too strong off the glass. Rebound, kinuha ni Larry Rodriguez.
See the difference when he drives with his right hand. He cannot really pull up to shoot. No?
Rodriguez leaves it for AZ Reed. What a setup job na ginawa ni Elrod para kay AZ.
What I think rain or shine will do here in the second half is ask AC to go to the 3-second area a little bit more. He took a lot of outside shots, including a couple of 3-point shots in the first half, and he was not successful with that. So maybe they need him to get inside and go to the free throw line a little bit more.
Short on that bonus free throw, however, para kay AZ. Here's Asi. Atkins tumanggap